Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 51, and today we have two big games against Derby in the FA Cup and then Watford in the Premier League. But before we play those two games though, I'm going to show you how Swansea have been getting on off camera. So in the last episode, for the special episode number 50, I showed you 4 games. We drew 3 of them and then finally beat Spurs by 1-0 in our 4th and final game. I then played 2 games off camera, both in the Premier League, and we beat Chelsea by 1-0 before drawing 0-0 against Liverpool away at Anfield. So coming into today's 2 games, the reason these 2 games are really important is because in the latter of the 2 games today against Watford in the Premier League, we can be crowned champions with 6 games to go after that game, because as you can see right now, with 7 games to go, we're top of the table with 78 points, 18 points clear of Arsenal, who are now in 2nd. And in that game against Watford, Arsenal have a lunchtime kickoff against Chelsea. If they fail to win that game and we win, then mathematically with 6 games to go, we will be crowned champions. So how about that? In today's episode, you can see Swansea be crowned champions of the Premier League for the first time in their history. But despite that Watford game being the one that could clinch the title, it's not the most important game of the episode. The Derby game is more important in my opinion. We take them on in the FA Cup quarter-final replay away at Pride Park, and of course this season our expectation was to reach the final. If we go out of this competition without even reaching the semi-finals, let's just say the board won't be pleased that in both our domestic cups we fail to reach the semi-final stage. So yeah, very important game this one against Derby, absolutely massive really, and we cannot afford to lose. So because of that, coming into the game, ordinarily in the cups I'll rest and rotate a lot on my side, but for this one I'm taking no chances. I'm taking a really strong lineup. So Timo Horn starts in goal, back for a George Rakik, Vezo and Mayo. Draxler's on the left, Mari's on the right, and in the middle Redmond and Pep, and up top together Barbosa and Esposito in the 4-4-2. On the bench we have Adrian, Demir, Davies, Allen, Sigurdsson, Lingard and Wilson. And yeah, let's just get straight to it. First game of the episode, also as well Sisto and James got injured here. Yeah, first game of the episode, it's against Derby. It's a very important game, and let's be honest, we cannot afford to lose. So come on Swansea, let's get the job done and let's go to Wembley for the semi-finals. And here is the first highlight of the game. It does come to Derby County as well, and they could have taken lead through Tran going forward, but firing the shot wide at the post. This is such an important game, and don't get me wrong, this season should be considered a success overall if we do go on to win the title, which we should. Let's be honest here, we can't let it slip now. But either way, I do want to win another trophy alongside the Premier League and the Community Shield if you want to count that as well. And of course, the FA Cup is our final hope. So first chance coming to Derby, not good to see, and the second chance comes to them as well, with Rakik heading away across. They still have an opportunity though, with Coquelin on the ball, back towards the number 16, and now Coquelin back towards number 16 again. Can they get a chance? No, because Mari's intercepted. Now Esposito's on the ball, and maybe we can get our first highlight of the game with Redmond playing it out wide towards Draxler here. Draxler on the ball, back out wide towards Mahrez, down this right-hand side, cuts inside Riyad Mahrez and keeps on going and finds the back of the net. What a strike by Riyad Mahrez, and 7 minutes in, the Algerian winger gives us the opening goal of the game. What a strike! I thought it was going to be a highlight for Derby, but instead we intercepted, went down this right-hand side, and Mahrez cut inside to his preferred left foot, and West Foderingham has absolutely no chance. What a strike, and Mahrez opens the scoring. And here's another highlight for us here, 17 minutes in, and a chance to double our lead with Sam Redmond on the ball. And Sammy Boy finds Pep, and our Spanish wonder kid plays it through towards Esposito, turns his man, and puts us 2 goals up, get in. And in a really important game, 18 minutes into the game, we are 2 goals to the good. Redmond into Pep, Pep towards Esposito, and the Italian stallion takes it round his man, and when he's one-on-one, you know he's going to score. He puts it into the bottom corner, 2-0 to the Swans. What a start to a really important game. So first highlight of the second half, and it does come to Derby County as well, and they could have got back on level terms, and they have as well. Sorry, not level terms, halving the deficit. Tran's got the goal, and Matip headed the corner across the 6-yard box, and Lamela was about to turn it in. It was cleared off the line. Then Coquelin's shot was also blocked, but it fell to Tran inside the 6-yard area, and he simply couldn't miss. So just 4 minutes after the restart, Derby have halved the deficit. It's 2-1, and there's no reason why they couldn't come from 2 goals down to get back on level terms. But here's a highlight for us here with Mahrez playing it through towards Esposito, and Matip takes him down. And I highly doubt it's going to be a straight red card there, because Esposito still had a lot of work to do. But I think he might have been the last man. And he is. Matip is off. Matip is off. and was the last man. I think it might have been. And that will do it then. Final score, Derby 1, Swansea 2, and we get the win away at Pride Park, and we'll go to Wembley. So a very important game, and we get the win. And that is absolutely fantastic. And of course, when Matip went down, when Matip took down Esposito, and got himself sent off, I felt as though Derby weren't going to get back in the game. And as you can see, I felt we were the stronger side over the course of 90 minutes regardless, and deserved our win. So a win for Swansea. We're into the semi-final. We will take on, who are we taking on? Leicester in the FA Cup semi-final. I should know that. Did we do that draw? Did I skip it? We got Leicester in the FA Cup semi-final regardless. And yeah, we're through. Excellent stuff. Well done, Swansea. And so as we come into the second game of today's episode, and we take on Watford here at the Liberty Stadium. Unfortunately, we can't be crowned champions in this game because in the early kickoff, Arsenal did manage to beat Chelsea at home by 2-1, and that means, as you can see with the table right now, 7 games to go with 15 points clear, and even if we win, there's still mathematically a chance of Arsenal catching up, even though it's obviously going to be highly unlikely. It's still doable. So we'll be 1 game away, basically, if we can still win this game anyway. But either way, coming to the game, I decided to make a lot of changes for this game as well, just because we've got so many players who are really tired right now, a few players injured as well. The last thing I want to do with an FA Cup semi-final now to come as well is see any of my key players get injured. And because we're so far in front in the Premier League and probably aren't going to get caught up, I don't really feel much pressure. So because of that, a much changed side for this one and a chance for players to get some fitness back. Timo Horn starts in goal. Back four, Ben Davies, Rakik, Fatih Demir, and Karaman. In midfield, Draxler on the left, Lingard on the right, and in the middle, Joe Allen and Sigurdsson. Up top, Wilson and Selka, and on the bench, Adrian, Vezo, George, Pep, Pereira, Barbosa, and Esposito as well. So making a lot of changes for this game, and this could possibly backfire big time and see us get just our second defeat in the Premier League this season. But being so far in front, I don't really fear too much right now. So still, second game, yeah, so we take on Watford. Still want to get the win, but not too worried. So first highlight of the game that does come to Watford as well, Lewis inside the area crossing, and they've scored as well through Castillejo, and Watford take the lead, the number 17 with the goal, and it was a really good ball by Lewis as well, floated perfectly to the far post, and the number 17 heads it in off the underside of the bar. Again, we don't mind too much if we lose this game, you know, let alone get anything from it, but it will still be quite embarrassing to have our first home defeat of the season due to making all these changes. But I feel like it's worth it. You know, it's worth the gamble of possibly losing this one because we need to make sure all of our players regain their fitness and don't get injured. Still, Watford take the lead, not good to see. And is this allowing Arsenal back in the title race? Probably not, but they do have the advantage. And he can make it 2-0 here as well. Oliver Torres finding Lewis, and if it wasn't for a great save by Horn, they would have been 2 goals up. Wow, Watford looking to get the second goal of the game just before the break. It is still 1-0. We're still in this one, but this could be quite an embarrassing loss. And so there's a highlight here with 5 minutes to go, and Watford could secure the 3 points here, and they're going to do so as well. Lewis, who got the assist for the first goal, gets the second goal himself. And that's going to be that then. Wow, we're going to lose at home, our first home defeat of the season. And it's going to come at the hands of Watford. Castillejo through towards Shimoda. Lovely through ball. And Denon Lewis fires the ball in. And I must say, you know, I'm not nervous or anything. You know, 6 games to go with 15 points clear. And again, I said right at the start of the game, it doesn't really matter if we lose this game or not because there's so few games to go and so many points between us and second place. But it's still a bit embarrassing, and I guess only I'm myself to blame. But I'm not too worried, you know, on the whole. We've got plenty more games to go. I should say plenty more points between us. And no, that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say here? There's loads of points between us and Arsenal, and it's okay, all right? Listen, I'm a little bit embarrassed because we lost 2-0, but just stop. It's fine, okay? It's fine. We lost 2-0. Assertively, I'll tell them I'm disappointed. And yeah, right, I'm just gonna shut up now. That's actually quite embarrassing. I don't think I should have done that, should I? And so that will end today's episode in my Football Manager series as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. As you can see, 6 games to go, 15 points clear, and despite being a little bit embarrassed with that defeat to Watford, I'm not too worried. We should still be on our way to winning the Premier League title. But still, I'll come back for the next episode very soon, where we'll be taking on Leicester in the FA Cup semi-final. But as you can see, for some reason, it says Premier League. This game is when the FA Cup semi-final will be. You can see that here in the matches schedule. That's the FA Cup semi-final. That's the one we'll come back for. But for some reason in my calendar, it says that's a Premier League game. I don't know why, but still, we'll come back for a Leicester double, and hopefully in that episode, you'll see us advance to the FA Cup final, and also win the title as well. But thanks for watching the episode. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon.